Hey guys, welcome to Daily Movie Recaps. My name is Rocky. And today we're watching the 2008 rom-com, Sex Drive. Please hit that like button, share, comment and subscribe to the channel. The film starts with Ian, a teen in bedroom, talking online to the super attractive Ms. Tasty. It's clear that he is unable to control his teenage urges when he has a wet dream. It gets very embarrassing when his older brother Rex walks in. Then their dad walks in with his girlfriend to announce their engagement. And she slips on Ian's wet underwear on the floor and passes out. We can see that Ian works in a donut outlet in a mall. While at the mall there's troubled Felicia full of teenage angst and their friend, Lance, who's smoother and has more style than his own father. Both Lance and Felicia come to Ian's aid when he gets pushed down the escalator in his donut costume, but both of his friends have opposing advice for him on how to get a girl. Ian breaks the key for his locker and can't get his clothes. He's forced to go home in the donut suit. But he can't fit in his brother's car, so he opts to just wear his underwear instead. Which leads to an embarrassing moment with his female coworker who turns out to be at his house for his little brother and not him. Next at a house party, Lance is on Ian's case about being a virgin and tries to help him by pushing his drunk girlfriend onto him. They both head to bedroom, but Ian feels awkward and leaves. And then he is rejected by Felicia, who turns down his attempt to kiss her. When he gets home, his younger bidding buys to his coworker. Things seem to be looking up for Ian, and his online girl promises to go all the way with him if he drives across the country to see her. So, Ian is eager to stock up on all the necessary supplies, which definitely includes a lot of protections. At home, his stepmom walks in when Ian is looking at the protections, but one flew and lands on her forehead. Then Lance shows up and tried to convince Ian to go after his online hottie. Out of nowhere there is Felicia, who invites herself along. The three start their road trip in his brother's GTO, but a brief road rage forces them to pull into a gas station. Their Lance charms gas station attendant, who takes him to her trailer. Her boyfriend returns home and sends Lance running for his life, handcuffed to metal. They pull off cool stunts to escape and leave. The GTO overheats, and under Felicia's advice they try peeing on the radiator to cool it down. But when neither of the boys are able to pee, Felicia assumes the position and handles it herself. But the car breaks down completely. Thankfully, the smooth-talking Lance friends an Amish guy driving by. The guy tows the GTO away with his horse and takes them to his Amish farm at a mechanic's garage. He then invites them to go to an Amish party while he's repairing the GTO. And it turns out better than any Amish party you have ever of. Lots of beer, great curb and hell lot of beautiful Amish girls. But when Ian goes to check on the car, it looked like the Amish are running a chop shop. Back at the party, Lance and Felicia slow dance, but it turns out that Lance was only using Felicia to get the attention of an Amish girl. Ian's heart is crushed seeing them dance together. Meanwhile, Ian's brother Rex is having nightmares about his precious GTO and realizes that Ian had stolen the key. The next morning, Lance and Ian wake up. And Lance gets dumped by his Amish fling. But all is forgotten when the GTO pulls out of the Amish mechanic shop in mint condition. Ian thanks and takes off with the GTO as his brother returns home to discover his car is gone, and he is furious as hell itself. At a fair, while outside, Lance is mourning the loss of his Amish girl and Ian tells him that he should go for Felicia. But of course, Lance won't because he knows Ian is into her. Ian wins her a lollipop that impresses her a little, but then a cute girl at the fair catch Ian's eye. But then the cute girl throws the giant lollipop in Ian's face. She misses Ian and hits Felicia, breaking her tooth in half, which forces them to go to a random dentist. She and Ian have a small moment, but Felicia's mood turns quickly after she sees Tasty's flirtatious message to Ian. Later they participate in a drag race during which he runs over a possum. Ian tries to put the possum out of its misery, but couldn't, so he tosses the iron in frustration. But it accidentally hits the Taste's windshield of a cop car, which lands them all in jail. Lance was smooth enough to talk his way out of trouble but can't really save Ian. Meanwhile, Felicia is talking about her feelings for both the boys with the other ladies in jail. And Lance calls his Amish girl who comes to bail them all out of jail. Ian confronts to Felicia that he is a virgin and wants to lose it with Tasty so that he won't feel like a weirdo. Felicia's offered to lose their virginity together, but she is shot down because Ian feels like it would only be pity. But with 5 minutes to go until his date with Tasty, the motel room door opens. And his enraged brother and they have a brotherly fight. Ian convinces his brother to let him use the car, then Tasty arrives at the motel and Ian discovers that Miss Tasty is actually super hot. And she jumps into the car and surprisingly Felicia is in the back seat. Even though he's halfway to getting down with Tasty, he couldn't through with it because his heart belongs to Felicia. But to Ian, bad luck, he has actually got set up by Tasty and her biker boyfriend, who leave Ian naked and steal the car with Felicia in the back seat. Somehow everyone ends up at the motel parking lot. The trailer park girl's boyfriend slams his muscle truck into the GTO thinking Ian is in there. Ian is fighting Tasty's biker boyfriend in his donut costume. And then shoots the biker dude in the leg. Then Felicia and Tasty break out into a cat fight with everyone else watching. And then the cops come rushing into the parking lot. One cop tries to arrest Ian but gets his own pepper spray in his eyes. And calls for help. But then Felicia starts yelling about Tasty being a car thief and redirects the cops' attention to arrest Tasty. Ian and Felicia confess their love for each other and finally kiss. Lance decides to stay with his Amish love. Rex admits that he's gay. And Ian and Felicia continue to date and end up losing their virginity to each other together. The end. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.